Going into the Cobbles' day of reckoning, it would be Jumbo-Visma who would light up the Tour de France. Wout van Aert producing one of the performances of the century, going away, attacking and holding off a chasing peloton for 10 kilometres, increasing his lead in the yellow jersey and winning a stage with the famous jersey over his shoulders. 25 seconds over Yves Lampaert now, the Belgians lead. Tadej Pogacar still the best of the rest, and the main GC contenders, remaining two in a white jersey. So after the journey to Calais, everybody moved to Lille, and the day that they've been recceing, worrying about, and seeing the nerves build up for months on end. Pogacar looked relaxed. Wout van Aert certainly was. The stage would leave Lille and for 157 kilometres weave its way down to the gates to the Arenberg Trench. Lille Métropole to Arenberg Porte de Hainaut, 11 cobbled sectors, 19 kilometres of the nasty Roubaix type stones, all in the second half of the race. A day where the Tour could certainly be lost. An opportunity to get away from the chaos for Neilson Paulus, sitting pretty in the general classification and up there as part of a six-man group. They take a decent enough advantage, but nothing too big. Behind, however, there'd be problems for Wout van Aert, the race leader. A big panic as he would crash, check himself out, get back on the bike, and then almost crash again. Van Aert having a shaky day, and it would be a sign of things to come for Jumbo-Visma. Into the final 80Ks and onto the first sector of cobbles. Magnus caught in the breakaway yet again, a fourth day in succession. Simon Clark, Taco van der Hoorn, Alexis Goujard also there as well. Evo Boassenhagen, the sixth name at the head of the race. Alberto Bettiol, surprising some, doing very hard turns just in front of Tadej Pogacar. The first GC man to be in serious trouble would be Ben O'Connor, a puncture meaning he would lose time. Mathieu van der Poel not quite up to it. One of the big surprises of the day. And then panic stations for Jonas Vingegaard. Having to change a bike, getting one that was too big for him. Then one from the car, and Wout van Aert would drop back to try and help him. The race leader sacrificing his own opportunities to win the stage to pull for the Danish co-leader. Several other riders were caught out at this point, and then there was an issue too for Primož Roglic. Jumbo-Visma having to split their team in two, both of their leaders off the back. Meanwhile at the front, Tadej Pogacar was on a rampage, proving yet again there is nothing that he cannot do in this sport. The breakaway were looking good with an opportunity to take the stage. Over a minute of a gap in the front and still working brilliantly well together with 25 Ks to go. Pogacar would be off the front of the rest. A crash behind, but Pogacar with Stuyven. The gap down to 40 seconds and an opportunity maybe even to reach the front. The race all over the place. Chaos on the roads away from Roubaix, heading towards Arenberg. With 10 kilometres remaining, it became clear that the breakaway was going to take the day. Tadej Pogacar was putting in plenty of time to his rivals. But Van Aert would give everything. He had his own jersey to defend, but more importantly, Vingegaard to try and pull back. Thomas, Yates, Gaudu, Quintana, plenty more in this group as well. Now to the stage win. Neilson Paulus attacked with just over a kilometre to go. He'd be caught by Boassenhagen, who did the chasing. The Total Energy man out of gas though, with Taco van der Hoorn, the man to launch the sprint first. Trying to do exactly what he did at the Giro. Simon Clark almost looked beaten, but the man from Israel with a bike throw, the team's first ever Tour de France stage win and a photo finish, and Clark, just a few days short of his 36th birthday, getting his first ever Tour de France stage win. Pogacar in at 52 seconds. Van Aert and company doing a wonderful job though to limit the losses. And they come in just over a minute down from the winner. So time lost for many GC riders. Vlasov in the main group too. Some would lose more, including Primož Roglic. But it'd be all celebrations for Israel Premier Tech. An historic day for Simon Clark and the team. A reminder that Clark didn't have a contract during the winter until he got the call. Today he got the call to be in the break, and he beat Van der Horn, Boassenhagen, Paulus and Kort, with Staven, Pogacar, Philipsen, Jakobsen and Mozzato all in the day's top 10, separated by 1 minute and 4 seconds. Despite all of his hard work for his teammates, Wout van Aert did manage to keep the yellow jersey. He still leads the Tour de France going into stage 6. The stage will start with a redesigned general classification. Van Aert ahead of Paulus, Boassenhagen, Pogacar and Lampaert. Geraint Thomas up at 50 seconds now. Pogacar's time game's not huge, but he's certainly asserted himself on the cobbles and looks the race favourite. Stage 6 will take the riders from Binge to Longwy. It's a long road to Longwy, almost 220 kilometres. A departure from Belgium, heading back into France, and with an uphill finish. Categorised climbs towards the end, a difficult one this. Stage winners and general classification contenders will have to be wary for any time gaps at the end. And a reminder, you'll be able to watch it on GCN+, where you can also see the Giro Donne, which is live each and every day.